G'day everybody. So I figured we'd just take a quick little wander around this morning and have a little garden tour, see what we can find. Alright, so all of our tomatoes have popped up now, including those ones. So I've just been thinning them down to one. So I'll probably pull that one out. Still waiting on the capsicums, so I just covered them up to try and trap a bit of heat in there, because I think it might still be a bit too cold. Alright, so the first thing I found this morning was some new shoots on this stevia plant. So it did die back over winter. It is a perennial. I just wasn't 100% sure if it would come back, so that's good news at least. I did cover it up with a bunch of mulch over winter, so that probably helped keep the roots alive. So the raised bed's doing pretty good. I planted some carrots in there and they're just starting to come up. So they're a new variety, just an orange variety, but one that I've not tried before. I had these little turnips grown in another spot, so I just pulled them up and popped them in there to see if they'd get any bigger. But yeah, we'll see how that goes. So this bed's empty at the moment. I'm not exactly, or this part of this bed's empty at the moment. I'm not exactly sure what I'm going to be putting in there. So as for my little dwarf banana tree, it did end up dying back over winter, and I did try and cover it up and stuff. Now it didn't quite die back to the extent that it did last year, so I'm hoping that this main trunk here will just reshoot and it'll get a bit bigger, and next winter it won't die, but who knows. Even so, there's this little pup here that we can continue with that's done quite well. So the sweet potatoes are still surviving under their little blanket there. All of our potatoes that we planted have started coming up. They look really healthy, so that's good. We'll top that up with a bit more soil and manure at some point too. And these ones are still doing pretty good too. So the blueberries are just completely loaded with flowers at the moment. Even this little one has a few little flowers on it there. So we might get a few off that one this year too. But yeah, they're all doing really well. I'm hoping that this will keep the birds away, but who knows. So it's a bit difficult to see, but this finger lime here has started to flower. Ouch. There's a little flower bud there, and there is a couple more starting. I really doubt you'll be able to see it, but there is a little couple of purple spots in there. So I'm going to pot that up. I don't think we'll get any fruit off of it this year, but you never know. So here's the last of these turnips. I did get one out of here. I've put some coriander seeds down there. Some more cos lettuces in here. I think I had a last purple sprouting broccoli and another cabbage that I put in there as well. Still dividing out some strawberries. That first 12 that I had to sell, I was expecting them to sit there for months, but I just keep getting messages about them, so I'm going through and trying to separate out as many as I can to make a bit of extra cash. But these ones here didn't really have very good root systems on them, so I'm just leaving them in here for a while. I've still got plenty of strawberry plants in this little patch here to divide, and I've been getting the odd pea off of these ones here, but this spot never really does very well with anything, so I'm pretty happy with the production of that. It's starting to die back too at the moment, so there's plenty more peas on the way. So everything else in this bed is doing pretty good, except for the cranberry hibiscus here, which I think has died. Yeah, what even is that? Looks like mold or something. Anyway, hopefully that'll come back after winter once it starts to warm up. The only thing that didn't really do anything was my broccoli. So I planted a couple in here and I got a tiny little head, maybe that big, off of that one there. But the garlic's doing good. I sort of just trimmed back the leaves on a couple to see if that helped with the rust situation. But they should be coming out in about a month or so, so I'm not really worried about that too much. They look like they're doing really well. So I went through and I thinned out all these little baby carrots here, and I'm doing a bit of an experiment where I've transplanted some of the ones that I've pulled out into the raised bed just to see how they grow. So here's some of the transplanted carrots here. So not much going on up here. Shallots are still doing pretty good. Bit of extra garlic, and I've got all my little onion seedlings, which was kind of hoping they'd be a bit bigger by now, but I didn't really get them started until late, so hopefully they'll still do alright. So I planted some potatoes here, obviously. I planted 3 that I'd grown myself and 3 store-bought ones. And the store-bought ones haven't come up yet, so I might end up digging those up and replacing them with something else. So the perennial leeks here are doing pretty good. I think it'll be a while before we see any growth on those, or any side shoots on those at least. And I've just got a little patch here with some more turnips planted. I think all of those have come up now pretty much, so wait and see how those go. And so last of all is just this patch here. I've planted a couple of rows of those dwarf peas here, and put up some stakes to put a trellis in. I've had a lot of just random bok choy seedlings coming up everywhere. So up here it's just more peas. I ended up putting another couple of little cabbages in. These Rakio Chinese onions or Japanese onions, they're still doing all right. Little gem cos lettuce there. So yeah, I had a few cabbages left over that I planted. Some are doing better than others. And I've got this little patch here which I'm just testing out a new fertilizer on. So these spring onions, Welsh onions, 1 each of these cabbages, and I've not sprayed this row at the back, same with the spinach and the collards down there. And I'm just going to see if there's any big difference in growth between the ones that have been sprayed and the ones that haven't. Alright, so that's about it for today. Hasn't really been much going on. I've just been sort of dividing strawberries every chance I get, but that should be done soon, and I'll be able to get some more planting done hopefully. But thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.